What's going on, YouTube? I'm back, your movie guru, with another review. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. Been a little bit under the weather. I don't know if you can tell. My voice is a little raspy right now, but it's okay. We'll work through it. I'll be fine. Just take a little bit. That said, we'll get right into it. This is a film that I saw about a week or so ago, around the Christmas holiday season. And I'm just once again catching up, and I'm finally doing a review for it. This is for Bumblebee. Now, as a guy who loves movies, I have a little confession to make, and that's I did not want to see this movie. In fact, the only reason that I did go to see this movie is because it's got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is coming from a guy who grew up watching the Transformers films, or not the films, but the animated series. There were several different iterations of the animated series growing up that I watched. I had my dad would buy the toys for me growing up, so I was a big Transformers fan. And when they first came out, I believe it was in 2007, I was really excited to, see what I had grown up watching on TV and then playing with as a kid, on the big screen. And I continually lost interest the more of these films were made. So they went through Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox as the lead actors, and then eventually it went to Mark Wahlberg after that. And for me, these movies just went downhill, more and more downhill. And none of them had really gotten any good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I think the first one had the highest ones of about 57%, and then the rest of them were like 18, 30%, 17%. Bumblebee is actually the sixth film in the franchise, and like I said, I saw the first three films. The last two, I had grown tired of the series. Michael Bay was the director for the first five films, and for those of you who don't know much about the industry, he's kind of got a reputation as a big special effects, big explosions type of guy. But when it comes down to any nuance or any plot, then he's not really your man. Now, I usually don't like to buy into stereotypes like that, and I try to look at some of the things that each director puts in the films. I know that a lot of times actors and directors will get labels that are not necessarily deserved, or they'll get typecast when it's not really true. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes that people looking from afar, they just don't really understand. So I tend to give a lot of leeway with that. But that said, these films to me got really, really generic. I mean, it was always a lot of action, but the plot was really lacking. A lot of times there'd be big plot holes, things that just didn't make sense. And so I just really lost interest. So I saw the first three, the ones with Shia LaBeouf, and then I saw the first one with Mark Wahlberg, and then I was done with it. But this one, like I said, I noticed it had a 93%. That got me, little interested enough again to see the movie, and I'm going to say that I'm glad I did. The average score that it got on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics was a 7 out of 10, and then the audience score it got was a 3.9 out of 5 was the average rating, and then 79% of moviegoers liked it. And I would agree with that. I'd say that's pretty characteristic of what the average moviegoer would think. I would say that I was happy to see that this wasn't directed by Michael Bay. It was really good to see the films take a different direction. I really do believe that that's what these films needed, because more of the same is I felt was what was weighing these films down. So I was really happy to see that, finally get to see somebody else's vision and, what they could do with it. They also had a female lead for this film. I thought that was another really good choice. Just things to help You know, when you get to the sixth film in a franchise, you're really looking for something to keep it fresh, something that's going to make people want to keep watching. And I think they did it here. The plot was, you know, not great. It was, you know, kind of simplistic, but it was easy to follow. You know, it was understandable. And I would say more than anything, what I liked about this film was it really, more so than others, I thought it kind of brought a little bit of fun into it in terms of not everything was, you know, given the subject matter, you know, aliens fighting this battle, which, you know, you think is a very serious thing, but then you're looking at it, you know, these are toys. This is a film based off toys. So, you know, it's how serious can you really take it? And I'm glad that this film, you know, really does kind of embrace, I don't want to say it's corny, but it does kind of embrace, you know, somewhat of the cheesy side and say, you know, look, yeah, we recognize that, you know, these are aliens fighting war, but, you know, come on, these are toys, you know, so we're going to have fun with it. And, you know, we're going to approach the film that way. So like I said, not a perfect film by any means. And even that, with that said, it's not something I say that, you know, you have to rush out to see. But if you're a fan of the Transformers films, I do think that you'll believe this is a step in the right direction, you know, in terms of reverting the franchise, you know, from the way it's been going. I definitely say it's been going downhill. You know, I'm not going to say this is a big step up, but this is definitely, I would say, reversing the course. With the way this ended, you know, I would be interested in going, you know, to see a next film in that vein. And the way this film ends, it does leave room and, you know, set up sequels in its own right. So, you know, I'll take it film by film. You know, I'm definitely not going to go all in on any Transformer, you know, films at this point. But, you know, I'll take it film by film and see where it goes from there. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. Next review that I should have going up, it's coming out soon, is Glass, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Not always the biggest fans of his movies, but he's been making some good ones lately. And then I definitely like the Unbreakable and Split, which are the first two films in the trilogy that's going to be completed with Glass. So that's what you have to look forward to. Once again, leave me a comment if you want to discuss anything about, you know, what I said, or share your own thoughts. Hit the like, subscribe button if you like my content. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. See you guys next time.